So I'm just going to give you a quick tutorial on charting. So you really need to get a good feel for charting in trading stocks. And depending on how you trade or what types of stocks or options you trade online, your chart will show. So for me, I do a 6-month chart because I mainly trade options. So I always want to have a 6-month chart. And then you want to add in moving averages. And so for me personally, I like to do a 7-day and a 30-day moving average. Now, depending on, what platform you use, you could be using E-Trade, which is what I use, or you could be using something else. You'll just have to play around with how to add in some of the indicators in your charting. So for me, I would go to technical indicators, and you do upper indicators, not lower for the moving averages, of course. And there's all different kinds of moving averages. I just do simple moving average. So I would just choose simple moving average, and then I would change the day. So this would be a 7-day here, and I would update that. And then I would do another one. So upper indicator, simple moving average. And usually I have to play around with the colors. I usually like different colors, but just for time's sake, it'll be in green here. So I will change that to a 30-day moving average. And that kind of gives me an indication of how my chart is moving. And I use other indicators to work with this 7-day moving average. But for now today, I just want to go over that. And so what I have here is a chart of Caterpillar. But I did say that you would look at the indexes as a chart. So let's look at the Dow just for an example. For instance, DJIND, and again, depending on what your trading platform is, the symbol might be different, so you'll have to look that up. I had to find it differently on E-Trade from where I traded before. So I have my Dow symbol, and I'm going to enter that in. Okay, so here you'll see a chart of the Dow, and if you watch my videos, I do a daily video, and I always look at the chart for the Dow to kind of see where we're at. It looks just like any other chart that you would look at for any company, and then you can kind of see how it's flowing. So like I said, I do a 6-month chart. I meant to also say I do a daily chart. You can always choose how you want to do that too. I like the daily charts. And so it'll show you it's a very strong 30-day moving average uptrend for that. But if you trade regular stocks, you might do this differently depending on how you hold it. So if you hold for a short period of time, 6 months is still really nice. But if you like to buy and really hold for a long time, you just want to stay in something for a long time, then you would go for a longer period of time for your charts. Like, you could do a 3-year like this, and it gets pretty busy. But you can change your moving averages too. And one thing that you might want to do is change the frequency. So if you're doing a 3-year chart, you would probably want to change the frequency to, you could do weekly. It's a little less busy. I think monthly would not be, yeah, that's not enough. So you could do weekly like that. And then you would want to change your moving averages. You would want to take the 7-day out, and then you might want to add another simple moving average. You would want to do like a 50-day. So we would change this to 50. And like I said, you could keep the 30-day. I probably wouldn't if I'm going to look at it this long, because you'll also want to add in a 100-day moving average. So we'll do 100. And then you could also add in, if you wanted to, a 200-day moving average here. And that just kind of lets you know, how the stock has been moving or how it's going to be heading, for the next long while if you are trading for a long period of time. Anytime you ever see price bars cross through moving averages, there's a good chance that it could trend down, but it's just something you want to watch. If you are buying and holding but maybe not holding as long, if you were to see the price bars start to go through, like First, you'll see the 50-day moving average. You might want to get out then if you want to hold longer, but if you see it go through the 100-day moving average, you might consider getting out. And of course, if it goes through the 200-day, it could just be going down for a little while. But as you can see on this one, well, for the Dow, it crossed back up through everything in the beginning of 2016, and it has just kind of traveled up since. It's pretty far from the 50-day moving average, so it's got a little while before it goes somewhere. But this is for long-term holding, again. So if we were going to look at another chart, because that was the index, let's look at Caterpillar again. I was just looking at that today. You can see that it crossed down through most of 2015. It was just a big downtrender. Leveled out a little bit in 2016 and crossed back up through. And it has been going up ever since. Today it had really good earnings, so it really popped up today. But anyway, you do want to look at your indexes just the same as you would look at any company's chart. And my advice to you is to trade with the trend. That's something that you always hear. It is very important that you understand that trading with the trend. You don't want to trade against the trend. Then you only get yourself in some hot water and you could lose some money, and you want to protect your precious trading nest egg. So just keep that in mind. If you have any charting questions, please post those in the comments below and I can answer those for you, as well as any other questions you have. You can post in the comments or create a new post or send me a message via the messenger in our group. And I look forward to more videos in the future.